What's up, guys? It's your boy Dio here, back for another one. And today I just wanted to do a quick video just comparing my two mid-drives that I own, just to compare and contrast on what I got for $800 versus $2,000. So for anybody that's new, the first bike that we're going to talk about is my Livelo Monta 500. I picked this up off of Amazon for $800. I've made a couple of changes to it, just so everybody's aware. I did put a different stem on it. It comes with a longer adjustable stem. Also changed the handlebars. I had to put wider bars on there for myself. I didn't like the factory ones that came. I changed out the seat posts to a suspension seat post, and then just the other contact points, pedals, and grips are all mine. But everything about the drivetrain is exactly as it came from the factory. So this bike is a mid-drive. As I said, it is branded, it's a Star Union branded mid-drive, 500 watt nominal. I think it peaks at 750 or maybe a little bit more than that. It's a 48 volt system, 15 amp hour battery. It's running a Shimano Altus derailleur, 8-speed Shimano cassette, and the 8-speed shifter. Has Star Union branded hydraulic disc brakes with I believe 160 millimeter rotors front and back, 27.5 by 2.8 inch tires. They're the Chow Yang, I believe is how it's pronounced. Those are the brands of the tires. Now, that's it. The bike comes with no lights. Added a little tail light there just so I can have if I'm out when it's a little bit dark or in traffic. The bike does also have a thumb throttle on the left side. Pretty basic display, and I went over all these things in review, but I'm just catching up anybody that's new. Only downside for me is that it's not really a big deal, is that the display, there's no way to change it from kilometers to miles per hour. So, you know, you'd have to deal with that unless you looked into a different display. So far, as hopefully you can see, I have 82 kilometers on the bike. I'll put on the screen what that translates into miles. I think it's maybe 50, 60 is miles, somewhere thereabouts. So that's how much saddle time I have with it. And let me tell you this, guys, for $800, it was a great buy. Unbelievable buy. Unfortunately, it's out of stock on Amazon and also out of stock on the manufacturer's website. Whether it will ever come back or not, I have no idea, but I'm glad I got it when I did. It does have just a spring fork on the front. It is Suntour branded. That's probably the weakest point on the bike. The fork is quite frankly not very good, and I will be looking to upgrade that soon. And, you know, it works. Don't get me wrong. It is adjustable. You can't lock it out, but it does. I think the rebound is adjustable. But you know, it's the very low or the low end Suntour fork, so that's what it is. For basic trail riding, you know, probably any green or blue trails. I mean, I've jumped the bike a little bit. Trust me, I'm no mountain bike expert by any stretch of the imagination. But I've done what I call a jump, I will say. Maybe I'll get it on tape one of these days. And you know, it's held up, and I'm 5'11", about 200 pounds. I haven't bottomed it out or anything like that, but it is kind of, you know, it's kind of clanky, kind of noisy when it goes over bumps, and it is not the most plush feeling. So I will definitely be looking into getting maybe just some sort of Amazon fork, spend a couple $100 on it, and I have myself at about $1,000 or so into the bike, and I just think it's just an incredible value. I got the suspension seat post from AliExpress for about $50, and it really works great. Made a huge difference. And that's it. This has been a great bike, great value. Now, in comparison to the other bike that I'll pull out here, let me get this one out of the way. This is the On Time Phantom, the black one here, and it is also a mid-drive. I picked it up. It was $2,000. And here, let me get this kickstand out of the way. I'm going to pull it back out and give you some details, and then we'll just talk about the differences between the two and what I think, you know, for the price, etc. And yes, I know the kickstand, I need to get them off of the bikes, but it makes it a lot easier for me as far as storing them in the garage. But anyway, On Time Phantom, also a 48 volt system. Same size tires as the Livelo bike, 27.5 by 2.8. As you can see, it is a full suspension bike. It has 203 millimeter rotor on the front, 180 on the rear. Mechanical disc brakes, but they do work really good. You know, I mean, they're different than a hydraulic. The feel is different, but they are very effective. It has a Bafang, I'm not sure how you pronounce it exactly. Motor in is the M620. Also running a 48 volt system. This motor, I believe, is 500 nominal or 750 nominal. I'm sorry, and I'm not sure what it peaks at exactly. I have to look up the stats on that. This one did come with a headlight, no tail light. Like I said, it is full suspension. It is an air fork on the front, no branding, but it seems solid. I think it's 120 millimeters to travel. Like I said, it's air fork with micro adjustments and lockout. This one I changed the stem as well, changed the pedals. I put in a cableless dropper post, so I have that. Changed the grips, and that's it. Now, as far as comparisons between the two bikes, so I mean the differences are obviously the biggest difference is the full suspension, and that's really what you're paying for. Oh, I'm sorry. Also, this is also an 8-speed, but it is not a Shimano. It is a brand that I'd never heard of. So they definitely cheaped out there. And the gear shifting, there's a noticeable difference between the smoothness of the gear shifting between the two. The Lavello bike with the whole Shimano setup shifts a lot smoother than this one does. I've played with it, tinkered with it, etc. I got it shifting as good as I can, but even that's not as good as the Lavello bike. The motors. Now, that's where this bike is really going to shine. The Bafang motor in the sport mode is very, very powerful. Definitely more powerful than the motor in the Lavello. With that being said, though, with the price difference, right, I believe that most people would be satisfied with the power that the Lavello motor gives, because when I switched the on-time Phantom to the economy mode, the Monta is more powerful. So, but if I put this one if I put the on time in sport mode, it is a lot. Not almost say a lot. There's a noticeable power difference between the two. So just keep that in mind. You know, when you talk about $800 versus $2,000, you know, also keep that in mind. Now, having the suspension seat post has helped, but it is definitely not a substitute for the full linkage suspension system on the on-time bike. The suspension is great. It really is. It just absorbs it really is. Just everything I run over, it works phenomenal. So I'm very, very pleased with the suspension. So depending on what's important to you, you know, if the full suspension is important to you, then you couldn't go wrong with the on-time Phantom. That's for sure. I don't think you're going to find, as far as price-wise, $2,000, these type of components, and with that powerful of a motor, 48-volt system, I don't think you're going to be able to beat it. It also has the full color display, which is also really nice. It gives you a lot of information. It also came with the thumb throttle on the left-hand side. And with it being the Bafang motor, I'm assuming, you know, parts are going to be more easily accessible. I believe you can even do some programming to these motors, so it does give you a lot of flexibility. And I think it's a great, hey, even for $2,000. Now, if you're just looking to get a bike that you feel like you can confidently hit the trail with, and you're looking to invest, you know, the minimal amount of money, you couldn't, if you can get your hands on one. I highly recommend the Lavello Monta. I was just incredibly surprised by how good it was for the price. Obviously, we'll see how the durability is with it. You know, how it holds up over time. But thus far, I have nothing at all negative to say about it. It's been an incredible bike, especially when I consider that I only paid $800 for it. It's almost unbelievable. But even still, when I look at the on time and I compare it to other full suspension, full power, you know, 48-volt mid-drives for $2,000, you'd be hard pressed to find something else that has all these features for under $3,000. You just aren't going to find it. So both of them, I think, are incredible values. It's just really about how much you want to spend and what you want in a bike. I don't think you could go wrong with either one. Like I said, the on time is definitely more powerful with that Bafang motor, but the Star Union motor is no slouch. It'll definitely, like I said, I'm 5'11", 200 pounds. Now, there's not been a hill that I feel like I could damn near climb a wall if I wanted to. With the bike, it really is. It has that much torque, and the torque sensor works great. Same thing with this. The torque sensor works great. My only thing I would change on the on time is going to be probably go with just a lower end, like the same gear set and gearing and derailleur that I have on the Monta. I may end up putting something like that on this bike. And other than that, I wouldn't even bother trying to go from the mechanical to the hydraulics. There is a difference, but it wouldn't be worth the trouble, not to me, because they still stop really good, especially with the the big rotors on it. So those are my thoughts, guys. After riding them both a little bit, we'll keep riding them over the spring and summer, get some real miles on them, and see how they both hold up. But I don't think you can go wrong with either one. I know the on-time bike is still available. I'll put probably just in the down in the description or something, or the first comment, I'll put the website where I got mine from, because it worked out really good. I got it really quick and it came in perfect shape, so I can recommend them as a vendor if somebody else is interested. And like I said, as I know, as of today, as of recording this video, the Lavello is no longer available neither on Amazon or on the manufacturer's website. That may change at some point in time. I have no idea. But if you can get it, and especially if you can get it for $800, I would definitely recommend it. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this one. I hope the information is helpful for you guys. Please like, comment, subscribe. We're on our road to 1,000 subs. And I appreciate all the new subscribers, all the comments. I try to get back to as many as I can. So keep them coming, guys. You guys got any questions about these bikes? Just as a note, we are going to be getting them out to the late night trailhead. You see the beautiful KP Mini sitting back there in the cut. We're going to be back on her soon. A lot of stuff to come, guys. So stay tuned in with me. Keep watching the videos, liking the videos, commenting, and I appreciate it all. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.